So, Israel had actually been warning Australia about this for a while. Rising Islamist extremism, terror plots, anti-Semitism. And what did they do? Well, they recognised the Palestinian state. They went more woke. Turn a blind eye, basically, to the problems that were festering underneath the surface. In the aftermath of the Bondi massacre, Prime Minister Albanese was confronted by all of this. Here's the question, very powerful question, and his reaction.
And then we'll go Phil and then.
Yeah. Left unchecked, as you were just saying, anti-Semitism leads to terrorism and violence targeting the innocent. Your government has come under criticism in claiming that it has effectively responded to the rise of anti-Semitism in Australia since October 7, 2023. In September, your government recognised a Palestinian state. Your ministers have attacked the Israeli government. Senior ministers refused to visit the sites of the October 7 massacres, and you created a special Islamophobia envoy alongside an anti-Semitism envoy. Have you taken the threat of anti-Semitism seriously, and can you guarantee the safety of Jewish Australians?
Yes, we have taken it seriously, and we've continued to act. We've continued to work with Jewish community leaders. We've continued to take all the advice from the security agencies to put in place special measures, and we'll continue to do so. Phil?
Well, is that so? Is that so? I'd like to remind you that this was the scene on October the 8th, 2023 in Sydney. There were some expletives after that, which I don't want to show you, but let's be clear. Let's be clear. These people here, were they all arrested? Those who weren't Australian-born citizens, were they deported? This has been festering in Australia. Australia's particularly bad, by the way, a particularly bad player when it comes to this kind of issue. They showed us all too clearly what was going on. And the great irony of all? One of the people that was killed, one of the 16 killed, was Rabbi Eli Schlanger, a Chabad rabbi, whose this event it was called Hanukkah on the beach or something like that. And he penned a letter to the Prime Minister, urging him to reverse the decision to recognise a Palestinian state. And the Prime Minister has the audacity to claim we've been following the advice of Jewish communal leaders, we've been doing everything that needs to be done. Chutzpah of the highest form. No, he's not doing everything that needs to be done. He's doing, quite frankly, the opposite. The opposite. Prime Minister Netanyahu himself sent a warning and expressed this.
On August 17th, about 4 months ago, I sent Prime Minister Albanese of Australia a letter in which I gave him warning that the Australian government's policy was promoting and encouraging anti-Semitism in Australia. I wrote, "Your call for a Palestinian state pours fuel on the anti-Semitic fire. It rewards Hamas terrorism. It emboldens those who menace Australian Jews and encourages the Jew hatred now stalking your streets. Anti-Semitism is a cancer. It spreads when leaders stay silent. It retreats when leaders act. I call upon you to replace weakness with action, appeasement with resolve. Instead, Prime Minister, you replaced weakness with weakness and appeasement with more appeasement. Your government did nothing to stop the spread of anti-Semitism in Australia. You did nothing to curb the cancer cells that were growing inside your country. You took no action. You let the disease spread. And the result is the horrific attacks on Jews we saw today. We saw an action of a brave man, turns out a Muslim brave man, and I salute him, that stopped one of these terrorists from killing innocent Jews. But it requires the action of your government, which you're not taking. And you have to, because history will not forgive hesitation and weakness. It will honor action and strength. That's what Israel expects of each of your governments in the West and elsewhere, because the disease spreads and it will consume you as well. But we are worrying right now about our people, our safety, and we do not remain silent. We fight those who try to annihilate us. They're not only trying to annihilate us, they attack us because they attack the West. In Syria, we saw yesterday 2 American soldiers killed and 1 American interpreter killed as well. Killed because they represent our common culture. Now, as a result of this, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth said the following. He said, "Let it be known that if you target Americans anywhere in the world, you will spend the rest of your brief, anxious life knowing the United States will hunt you, find you, and ruthlessly kill you." We send our condolences to the people of America, and I want to say that our policy is exactly that policy. That's why those who target Israelis, target our soldiers, try to kill them or try to hurt them and wound them, as happened in Gaza yesterday, we take action. They will spend the rest of their brief, anxious lives knowing that Israel will hunt them, find them, and ruthlessly dispose of them. That is American policy. This is Israel's policy. It's our policy in Gaza, in Lebanon, anywhere around us. We do not sit by and let these killers kill us.
Yep, well, that's absolutely right. And that's the kind of leadership that's needed. We need strength now. And now is going to be a time for choosing for people throughout the Western world. All of us have to ask, what are we going to do to not just sit idly by, but within our own circle of influence, do something to stand up and be a light. Hanukkah, I don't believe it's an accident that this tragedy occurred at this time, because the message of Hanukkah is specifically when darkness surrounds you, you be the light, you shine bright. That's what I have focused on with JTV, trying to inspire positive associations with the Jewish people, to inspire positive Jewish identity, Jewish wisdom, Jewish values, Jewish ideas to the world, the truth about Israel for Jewish people and for non-Jews as well, because I do believe the root of this, the hatred, the fighting, everything, actually comes down to ideology, ideas people have about Israel and Jews. I believe that the root of this is education. The root of this is about ideology. And in that light, I actually have a message to send you. We, every single year, have been doing a campaign because it feels in some ways I'm been a bit cautious about the timing of this because of this tragedy that occurred, and was wondering, we'd planned it for now, but was wondering maybe we delay. But on the other hand, I was thinking, you know what, actually, everything we're doing is precisely because we're trying to stop things like this. And JTV, the work we're doing at JTV, is every single day putting out videos freely available on YouTube to bust the myths, to shine our light of the Jewish people, of Judaism and the truth about Israel. And we require your support to do this. I don't have some big sponsor or foundation behind us. It's really relying on your support. Have a watch of our campaign video.
On JTV, the global Jewish channel with a host named Ali.
Well, when even she's talking about you, you know you're having an impact. Thanks for the promo, Candice.
When I launched JTV, the mission was simple: to bring Jewish ideas to the world, intelligently, creatively, proudly. But I never realised just how critical that mission would become today. Because let's be honest, look at the world right now. Anti-Semitic voices aren't just coming from one place anymore. They're rising from the left and the right, online and offline, from influencers to institutions. That makes voices like ours more crucial than ever. When the noise gets louder, the Jewish voice needs to get stronger. And that's exactly why JTV exists. And look how far we've come. Because of your support, JTV has grown in extraordinary ways. Our videos now reach millions across continents with clear, honest, original content at a time when the world needs clarity more than ever. Whether it's telling the uncompromising truth about Israel or the incredible depth and wisdom of Jewish ideas, We've brought you exclusive interviews with leading thinkers, creators, and voices shaping the Jewish and Israel conversation today. And in addition to our new members streaming platform, we've produced powerful documentaries that are freely available on our YouTube channel for everyone to watch, exploring the challenges and triumphs of the Jewish story. And the best part? We're not just talking to an echo chamber. Our audience is made up of Jews and non-Jews in equal measure, of all ages and backgrounds. You've watched us grow, video by video, story by story, but this is just the beginning. Now JTV is ready for its next leap forward, to scale our content, expand our reach, and bring thoughtful and inspiring Jewish media to an even wider global audience. And this is where you come in. Your support fuels everything: the research, the cameras, the creativity, the deeper investigations, the editing, the more high-profile interviews, and the bold ideas that inspire pride, wisdom, and truth. Every viewer matters, every story counts, and every donation helps JTV grow, not just in numbers, but in global impact. So if you've ever appreciated one of our videos, if JTV has ever informed you, inspired you, or helped you help others, please help us grow by clicking the link in the video description and donating to our campaign fundraiser. With your help, you won't just watch us grow, you'll help us grow even higher. Thank you, and keep watching us grow. So listen, you have helped us grow so much already, and this is genuinely the channel that you are building with us. And I'm hoping we can get to the stage where we don't have to rely on doing an annual campaign fundraiser. But for now, until we get to that stage, I'm really counting on you to be able to help give us the fuel to keep pushing these videos out with our team in order to keep shining the light of truth, of Jewish ideas, Jewish values. And we should understand that that really is the ultimate response, the ultimate solution to anti-Semitism. It's not to fight the anti-Semitism, but to create pro-Semitism, to make people replace ignorance and hatred and misunderstanding with inspiration and connection. And that's going to be the ultimate resolution to all of this. The problem we have here, fundamentally, is ideological. And that has to be the resolution. So please, in any way that you're able to, and if it can't be financial, even just sharing our content, liking these videos, all these things, commenting, help us to grow in every single sense. So thank you for being with me on this journey so far, and thank you for your continued support. There's a link below in the video description. Please help us in any way you can for our annual campaign fundraiser. I'm beyond touched and grateful for all your support.